Hey, hey, hey. Hey, what a wonderful time to play. So, before I start, I love me some Tabitha Brown. My- But let me just say, if I'm boycotting Target, I don't care whose product is in it. And if my product was in it, I have to see the bigger picture and be willing to sacrifice. You know, how can we say we are standing for something on a large scale of you see injustice being done to to groups of people, and now it is starting to affect us? We say, well, let's not support them selectively. No, I made a video about this before Mr. came into office, before the puppet master, J.D. Vance, came into office, before that whole team came into office. And I said, we're going to have to hit them where it's going to hurt, their pockets. And yeah, I already told my daughter, like, yes, I do like Target, but I can find that same material somewhere else. I can find those same things somewhere else. Yes, I do like their clothes, the softness of certain things. I like the colors. Am I liking it because that's where it's at? Because once upon a time, you know, it was like supposedly the white store. It was the uppity Walmart, the place where most blacks could not shop. So then, we're like, hold up, I can shop there. Let me go on up in here and get me some Target. Oh, yeah. We have to be mindful of accepting less than we deserve in one space just because it benefits us. That's why this dysfunction has been allowed to be just allowed to happen for years and years and years. History will continuously repeat itself if we don't stop the dysfunction. We see it, we call it out, and we withdraw our funds. Why would I give you money? You don't deserve my earnings. Period. Like, if I'm going to spend it, I'm going to spend it somewhere where I'm accepted. Somewhere that values and appreciate what I have and the hard work it took for me to get it. Like, my glasses are. But if we still have to go to those places, that's why we're in the position that we're in now. Because some of us aren't willing to sacrifice long enough. We're not willing to find something else to give our money to, or we will abandon ourselves. We will abandon ourselves, and I've done it a lot of times. I've done it through jobs, people, places, and it's like I either have to keep certain people around, and I know for a fact that it's not benefiting me. I know that it's hurting me or people that I'm around. I can see, I can feel, I can hear that they're hurting other people. So it's like, at what point do I make the changes? And I won't make the changes until I start seeing that the change begins with me, that I am a contributor, a direct contributor to these issues. When I started noticing those things, I'm just like, oh, okay. I'll tell my kids, hey, you don't have to accept that. Even if it's me, you let me know how I'm behaving so I can make the necessary changes. Even, or vice versa, when I notice that I have to abandon myself to receive probably a conversation from one of my kids, I notice, oh, hell no. If I have to abandon the self to appease, then that's a no. So, and that goes for these everything. When we stop the dysfunction, change will happen. We have to hit people where it hurts. Like, they have to see, like, this shit is not okay. This is not okay. They've been the word they've been this has been happening for centuries. At what point do we stop the dysfunctional behavior? And I had a download last night where I was just, it was almost like with everything that's happening, there's a contrast to it. So that's how we find our tribes, because there's always a match to it. There's a vibrational match. It's energy, right? So if this has been going on for centuries, that's across the board. Like, there's a vibrational match that attract these dysfunctions or attract this type of behavior. And it's like, the more we spread love, the more we like really love the self, ourselves, not abandoning ourselves to appease, but more we see, okay, this is not right. I don't like this. Do I have to abandon myself to fit into this box? If I do, then is this my circle? Is this the crowd I should be around? Like, are these people that I can say are friends? Yeah, like it's there's a lot that's going on, and we have to see, like, we can feel it. Just pay attention. Don't abandon ourselves. Like, listen to your heart center. Trust it. Your like the data that's going on in your brain, the data that's going on in your heart, like within your heart. How are you feeling? Is this love? Like, is this a sense of abandonment? Like, or is this just, am I conditioned? Am I walking fearfully because I know that I'm uniquely and wonderfully made, that I am part of the divine? And like, am I walking on purpose? Like, or am I afraid to be seen? Do I want someone else to validate me? And it's like, no, you got to shut that door and don't allow anybody to make you feel like you have to, like you need their validation to survive. 'Cause you don't. You don't. Period. We have to pay attention to what's going on around us, and it will continuously happen until we are able to make the difference. And again, the change starts, it begins with us. It begins with us as individuals checking it and really seeing how, oh, well, I thought that this wasn't going to affect me, but yet you knew that it was injustice, or you knew that, well, they said something bad about them, but it wasn't about me. But how can you stand there and be okay with it? Like, I know we have to pick our battles, but sometimes we have to speak out. Like, this isn't right, unfortunately. But unfortunately for you, I can't be in this environment because you won't value my opinion. And I learned that working in multiple places. Like, I will come up with something, and next thing you know, it'll almost be as if I never even came up with it. I talked about this working at Booker T. Washington High School. Like, developed the whole plan, and next thing you know, the person who had a different title than me end up presenting it, and I'm like, holy shit, this is my presentation that I talked to him about. But it was like, okay, that lets me know that before I do anything like that again, I need to be mindful of who I trust. and I have to trust my gut because I had already saw the way the person moved. It was just, I mean, I do what I do anyway without, getting that position. And thankfully I didn't, because I already knew I wasn't, it was time for me. My course had ended there. Like whatever I needed to learn, I started to trust myself, and to speak out on things that were just not okay. And anything that's affecting children or people that have a hard time defending themselves, I'm all for it. Like I can't do it. I remember being that kid. I needed people to speak up for me. I needed people to get out of their funk and see what I was going through. And that's how I am across, like all over. Any child, I can't help it. It's just who I am. And I know there are a lot of people like that too. I do think we have to say exactly how this shit causes us to feel. Like, don't abandon your feelings. Your feelings are valid, and one doesn't cancel out the other. Like, they are all valid, they are all meaningful, and they will all lead you in a direction. You just got to be willing to be patient and be still for a moment and listen and trust yourself. Yeah. And if you have no feelings about this, then I don't even know. I have no words. So that's the you thing, and I don't want to judge. Later, Gator.